I've never played.
You need to leave!
I forced myself 30 years later to play it for the first time. I know. How does a guy who got his rise from playing modded Skyrim not know about the great-grandfather of the Elder Scrolls series, one of the biggest games of all time, packing 161,000 square kilometers of explorable world, the originator of the modded Bethesda game scene, the first game to put the Elder Scrolls series on the map? I couldn't let this slide anymore, so today we're finally playing Daggerfall for the first time ever. Okay, so one thing I absolutely was not ready for was how intensive this character creation screen was going to be. In Skyrim it's simple. In fact, all you choose is your race, your looks, and your name. In Daggerfall, you choose your race based on your home province. Each of these races have their own particular stats similar to Skyrim, where things like Nords are good at warrior skills and Altmer are good at magic. I chose a Nord here because Skyrim is dope. Then you're given the option to choose a list of pre-curated classes or have the game generate you a class by answering 10 questions about different situations to see which class is most suitable to your playstyle. That's what we chose naturally. After finishing our questions, it wanted to assign the Barbarian class to us. So naturally I ignored that and began creating my own custom class named Thunder Kitty. This class has Axe, Mercantile, and Running as our major skills. My thought process being, I run at them, hit them with Axe, and then profit. Seemed good to me, so we went with a heavy strength style character, pairing it with high endurance as well for HP, and luck being our only stat below 50. There's also a feature where you can change your reputation with the 5 main factions of the game, these being the merchants, peasants, scholars, nobility, and the underworld. We decided to go with full negative on the underworld, which may come back to bite me in the ass, but I didn't foresee myself doing too many nefarious acts out the gate. We added a bit of rep with merchants and peasants and a tiny bit with scholars. These just seemed like they'd be the most common and helpful people I'd interact with. And then, after that, we get the option to choose a background, or answer questions to generate one. So again, it was question time. After a few funny questions, our background didn't end up affecting our reputations, though we are slightly less resistant to poisons and have a fancy ebony dagger. We named ourselves Chad Thunder Kitty. And then, it took us to the bonus point screen, which just adds extra stat numbers, I'd assume based on our background and class questions. This ended up with us getting 95 strength and 62 endurance, with a couple decent numbers across the board and everything but luck, because we don't need luck where we're going. We then apply stat points to our skills. We pumped 1 stat in each category instead of spreading it out, leading to 42 in Mercantile, 25 in Crit Strike, and 37 in Climbing. Without even getting to play the game yet, the difference from this to Skyrim is freaking huge. Daggerfall seems to be a much more fleshed out, intricate RPG style game already. After character creation, we have the intro cinematic, which is one of those really cool but funny looking live action cinematics where the Emperor hits us with an exposition dump and assigns us our main quest. The game then finally starts, and as any good Elder Scrolls game does, it has a prisoner in a dungeon. 23 minutes since booting up Daggerfall for this first time, we finally encounter an enemy. And we one-shot that rat with our ebony dagger. Oh yeah, you like that shit, rat? Then a bat, then a wizard imp, then our first human encounter was a thief, who also met the one-tap dagger combo with a sprite meal deal. Moseying our way up through the Daggerfall dungeon, we open a room to find a half-naked man humping a table while staring at us. Ah, fucking shit! Hey, Jackass has a bow in there. Okay, we gotta rush him. So we rushed him, and after a few exchange of blows, we finally met our end. Oh, there's our death cutscene? Okay.
Okay, I know all their tricks now. There's a bat around this corner. Okay, bat down. Woo! Took his ass down. Fucking rats, man. Wait, did you hear that? I'm having fun with a game made in, was that 1996? Damn, this shit better than Avowed. That's crazy. Oh, what the fuck? I can come up there? Oh, it's because my climbing skill. I'm a fucking Olympic athlete. Oh, I don't like the noises coming from up here. We were minding our own business, sneaking about, when my spidey senses started tingling, and I whipped around, doing a 180 to find a sneaky little thief trying to stab me in the back. He was swiftly ended. Think I didn't play Arena Cup? Think I wasn't built from the fucking motherfuckers trying to open doors behind me and shit? So what's going on in Diddy's room over here? Oh, is that a bear? I don't know what the fuck that is, but it needs to die. That's a fucking bear. What the fuck are you doing here?
Unsuspectingly walking into another room, we were met by another wizard imp. And he got our asses this time. 2 spells and we were seeing the death cinematic again. But you already know we had to get the get back. Spin the block and drop this imp for his crimes against Skyrim and her people. 41 minutes and 2 deaths later, we finally entered the world of Daggerfall, escaping the confines of a tutorial dungeon and being granted the freedom of exploration of this massive game world. I've never played a game where the map had a Google search bar because there were just too many locations to find them all. Around 15,000 actually. This shit is insane. You don't even realize how big the game is until you zoom into one of these smaller provinces and see all the dots scattered around. These are all towns and various other points of interest. It's crazy. We made our way finally to the town, the capital city of Daggerfall, named Daggerfall. Very creative if I do say so myself. First thing we see when entering the city is a sign. Then followed by the first NPC we talk to being an absolute asshole, telling us to kiss off, which in gamer terms means go fuck yourself. That wasn't super cool and definitely doesn't help with the racist claims from earlier.
Listen, I ain't got time for this. Why don't you just kiss off, Chad? Hey, damn. How about you, kind stranger? I do for you, stranger. Oh, see, nice man. I'm trying to get to Castle Daggerfall. What's right there? King of the castle, king of the castle. All are free to petition his highness at this time. Do not stray from his
A few moments later.
Oh, that's sick. There's a fucking jester.
Anyways, I found myself in the castle of Daggerfall and walked up to the queen, who then basically said she won't give me a request because skill issue and that I'm too low level. So it was time to hit the grind. Picked up a quest immediately from the guy standing next to her, but little did he know that we would never actually follow up to try and complete this quest, as we totally forgot all about that the second we learned of the faction known as the Knights of the Dragon. I found myself going to their faction building immediately just because the name alone sounded dope. But when I went to talk to the guildmaster or recruiter or whoever he was, he said some rude shit. But then when I clicked join guild, he started glazing like he worked at Dunkin' Donuts. We were officially now a member of the Knights of the Dragon, and got to pick up a piece of armor from the blacksmith. It was a nice iron cuirass, which sure beat my leather chestplate from before. I went ahead and grabbed our first official guild business quest, but this unfortunately would be our undoing in the end. We're set out to save a princess who was carried off the other day by a bloody vampire. Our first mission to go into a vampire's lair and unkidnap a princess. This game is nuts, but we're nuttier. So we headed out immediately and tried to save this lady like our very own Mario brother. This is where the hell started. I'm not sure if I ended up in the right dungeon to begin with, but for the next 40 minutes straight, we were wandering around this werewolf-infested dungeon, clearing enemies, screaming for help, and running for our lives. In the end, after dying countless times and being overall stuck, I decided to call it. Do I need to watch a guide on how to play Daggerfall? Watch me force myself to play Morrowind for the first time next.